Hey guys, if you just want to hear how the car sounds after I install it, go somewhere over here. If you actually want to see me install it and you want to hear like before and after and hear me talk about it, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'm currently driving on an undisclosed road that has just been repaved, so it's like really quiet. So yeah, this is the car on stock exhaust. It does have a cold air intake. If you've seen my channel, you probably saw that video. So it's quiet, just cruising, but if you step on it a little bit, you get some intake noise. So there's that. Like, see right now it's just silent, just road noise. So hopefully this new exhaust will help out with that. I'm looking for something that's not like freaking balls loud, because I did have this car straight piped at one point. Well, I say straight piped. I had the muffler unbolted from the, like I just took the muffler out and just had the pipe coming straight out from under the car, and that was loud. It was way too much drone. I hated it, and I ended up putting the muffler back on like the day after that. So hopefully this Evil Energy exhaust muffler is going to help with that. I really have faith that it's going to sound good, because I've watched a few of the videos on it, and one of the guys I follow on Instagram that has this same car put it on his, and it sounded pretty good in video. I mean, for less than 50 bucks, I figured, what have I got to lose? I'm gonna try it. So once again, I'm out here at an undisclosed location, away from the house, away from the neighbors. I will point out before I let you hear before, like on stock exhaust, this is the stock exhaust, except, you know, I mean, there's a O'Reilly's chrome tip, but in there, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it, but I did drill through the bottom of this, and then I welded it back. I drilled into that pipe just to kind of like make, you know, whatever's going on in there kind of come up through here, to make it a little tiny bit louder. And it actually did, like, it was noticeably a tiny bit louder, but not enough that you can hear it like from the inside, or like that it would wake up the neighbors or anything. I must admit, at idle, it sounds kind of cool what I did. A little bit, but it just kind of sounds like airy and raspy, and I'm kind of going for that low, like Subaru WRX type idle, because oh yeah, so another thing about these cars, another reason I have faith that it's going to sound good, I don't like the sound of most 4-cylinder engines, but these older Camrys, they have unequal length exhaust headers. So you see how on the number, is that the number 1 or is that the number 4? I don't know. On those 2 cylinders, their headers are like twice as long as those headers. So you're getting a sound like, I don't know, there's a science behind it. I don't know how to explain it. There's this guy called Engineering Explained on YouTube. He explained it really well on how those Subaru sound the way they do, and it all comes down to unequal length headers, and that's where you get that rumble, like that Subaru rumble that we're all familiar with. And with unequal length on pretty much any 4-cylinder engine, you're gonna get that same effect. So these cars kind of do that too at idle, when they're straight piped or when they have, you know, any kind of exhaust work done. So that's the main thing I'm looking to get out of this. Like I said, right now it just sounds kind of like, you know, like Honda Civic. But yeah, I'm gonna quit talking, and hopefully the next clip will actually be I have the pipe and get started on the install. Just for fun, let's do one last stock sound test. Again, I have a cold air intake, so that makes it a little bit louder at throttle. But I'm gonna do like half throttle through first gear, and then I'm gonna do full throttle up to 60. Yep, once you're off the throttle, it's silent. All right, on to the install.
The next day.
Okay, so I've already opened it, but I just wanted to talk about this. I immediately knew what it was because it comes in this cool looking little Evil Energy package. And then it even comes with a little sticker. If you know me, I love my stickers. And then, of course, it's nice, it's bubble wrap. I've already opened it. I've already looked at it. It's really light and it's really pretty looking. Like, I was not expecting it to look this good. Like, the finish feels like it's got some kind of like coating on there, but just look how shiny it is. For like less than 50 bucks, the quality on this thing is amazing. Like, just at a first glance, I really think that this is gonna sound good. It muffles my voice, like you can barely hear. I guess these straight through mufflers actually do a good job. I've never really had much experience with these, so it's a first for me. But let's get on with it. Okay, so we're under the car right now, and this is where the muffler bolts to the pipe. And yes, I had it welded because it was leaking real bad right there, and I didn't feel like replacing all this, so I just went ahead and welded it. But my plan was that I was going to cut it right here and just put the new one like along there somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that because this hanger is kind of in the way, and I'd like to use this hanger with the new one. I got to see if I can either get this off and out of the way somehow to where I can cut that, or just bite the bullet and end up having to cut it off back here somewhere and just reroute the pipe. So just kind of a mock-up of what it's going to look like. The only obvious issue that I really see is that that's not quite a straight, like, see, that's a little bit, I don't know, it might not be that bad of an issue, but the muffler, I want it to be straight because on there it's a straight shot to the front from there and right there. Once I really get down to the fitting it up, it's going to be a lot less complicated than it seems, I'm sure. So just for ballpark figures to start out with, from there, like right there where my finger is, to the back of the car, like about where this is, about where I want the new one to be, is 3 foot. So that, from there to there is 3 foot. And from here to here is also 3 foot. So it's looking good as far as measurements. Just trying to get a general idea of how it's going to fit before you even start any cutting or welding. But I'm pretty confident with how that looks. Pretty confident that that's going to work pretty good with what I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. And if it doesn't work, I'll just cut it somewhere else. I'm going to cut all that off, pull this off, and just kind of slap that on there just to see how it looks. And then once I do that, then I'll start thinking about welding up hangers and actually making welds on the pipes and stuff like that. I forgot to film it, but I have reached the point of no return. Whoa. Okay, old exhaust is out. Now we're left with that. Now I know what you're thinking. You want to hear what it sounds like right now. I do too, so we're gonna go ahead and start it up. Okay, so update. Turns out the little bit I had was way too short. This would have been like somewhere under the bumper here. I didn't like that. And then I also figured out there's a curve right there. And I'm gonna use this long piece of pipe, which I just made my 3rd trip to the store to go pick that up. Oh, the budget's getting blown way out of proportion here, but so yeah. All right, so after a lot of trial and error and cursing and stuff, I'm just gonna kind of like when I go to hang it up, I'm gonna weld it like that, or I might have somebody hold this while I'm welding it so that it kind of stays in that position because it's wanting to go that way. But like I said, I'm gonna put the hangers to where it holds it like that. But yeah, it's a lot of just trial and error with custom work like this. It's not meant to be easy. You got to figure it out yourself, how to get it to work. You got to do a lot of measuring and cutting. And okay, so before I actually start welding on the car, I got some scrap pipe that I had left over from all this. I'm gonna go ahead and run some practice welds on I'm gonna just weld these together just to make sure the machine is good, make sure I'm good. I got my gloves, obviously my safety glasses, my helmet. When I get under the car, I'm gonna have some sleeves on because I don't want to get showered with sparks. Something's not right. I need more volts. More wire speed.
One eternity later.
There we go. I'm actually gonna go ahead and practice a little more of that. Like, see right there? See how it's like, there's a gap? There's a bunch of that going on in the car, and I'm gonna have to be able to weld that, so I'll practice that some more. Then once I do all that, then I'll start welding on the car. So it's still not centered, but once I put the hangers on, it'll fix that, and it'll hang just like that. But the pipe is all one piece now, it's just tack weld. I still gotta weld it the rest of the way. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the hangers now and then do the pipe, or then do the welds. I don't know. Let me figure that out. All right, so it is installed. It's not perfect. It's not perfectly centered. It's not perfectly like rotated, but it was quite a lot of hard work. So what I ended up doing is I ended up just using some extension pipe there, and then those two, which it didn't come out to be quite the angle I wanted, so I had to kind of force it into place, kind of have my dad hold it as I was welding it, and it was a pain. Only real issue, right there's that heat shield. It was vibrating on that. I already drove it, and it was hitting on that heat shield, so I had to bend it out of the way. I might have to bend it some more, I don't know yet. But it sounds awesome. It sounds perfect. Very happy with it. Let's go for a drive. Okay, so I'm on the same road I was on last night, except now we have the exhaust installed. And as you can probably tell, the drone is not bad at all. It's like almost non-existent. Like, that's cruising at about 42 miles an hour. And it will go up to about 60. Just lightly on the throttle, nothing crazy yet. That's 60. Very quiet, very, very nice. I love it. It's perfect. Hang on, I'll do a little pull here for you. So this is about half throttle, just like last night, half throttle through first, then floor it to the 60. Then you let off and it just calms down. I must admit, it definitely, like, I was expecting it to sound pretty good, but I wasn't expecting it to be like this. Like, this is literally exactly what I was going for. Nothing too crazy, nothing too loud. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Evil Energy exhaust muffler off of Amazon. So now I'll let you hear some outside shots. So here we go, stay tuned. And then of course we got the nice low rumble at idle. Dude, just listen to that. It's perfect. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up my this video. Like I said, I love it. I think it's perfect. It sounds perfect. It's not too loud. It's not too quiet. If you're looking for something that's just kind of like in between like straight pipe and stock, for at least for my car, that's what it was. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.